Alright guys, welcome back. Sorry I ended up taking quite a bit of a break there. I ended up having to put a gasket kit, a full gasket kit on another sled. So holidays are over though, and as you can see we celebrated a couple birthdays. So there's a sneak peek of what's to come. So stay tuned guys and enjoy the video. Alright guys, I got the spindles all cleaned up. Got them sandblasted. They are completely grease-free. And what I'm doing now is I've already taken the old Zerk fittings out. And the reason being is that they were press in. So you push them in and they are, they get tapped in, but you can't really replace them. And, well, you can replace them, but the process to get a new one in there is these are 1/4 28 thread, pretty standard. And you got to drill it out and then use a tap to actually tap the hole, because the holes aren't actually tapped. So that's what I'm going to do now. I already stuffed a piece of paper, little shop towel down there to stop any of the shavings from getting into the grease area. So I'm going to go ahead and drill this out real quick. Alright, simple as that. I'm using a 1964 drill bit, and let's see if I can just blow this stuff out of there. I used a vacuum last time, but let's see if we can just... Yeah, there we go. Cool. Now, when you don't want to blow air right into it. What you do is you blow air over it, and what happens is that causes the air passing over it causes a negative pressure on the inside of the hole. That's called the Venturi effect. So, little science lesson for you. And it draws the stuff out. The paper I packed in there pretty good. So, all right. I'm going to go ahead and try this first. And what I had to do is I had to grind the tip off of this tap bit, and so I could get it further down in there. You just want to get it started. Go slow. Keep it nice and straight. Put down pressure as you're twisting, keeping everything as straight as possible. Oops, sorry about that. And getting those threads nice and smooth. And it won't get full threads all the way in there, but it will get them enough to where the Zerk fitting will bite. You'll be able to twist it right in. Right back. Grab a socket real quick. Not sure if that's a 5/16. Let's see. Yep. All right, good deal. And they're not, like I said, they're not full threads. So what'll happen is it'll bite real good into the aluminum. All right, so now I'm going to pick out the piece of paper. Let's see if I can. Should have had like a needle or something. That would have been better. And this doesn't want to come off. A little set of pick needles would be the best way. Let's see, a paper clip or something of some sort. Try and use this guy here. Doesn't really. It's being stubborn. If I just get it loose enough, I'll get the air to suck it out. Let's see. It's wanting to come out. Like I said, I packed this piece of paper towel in here pretty good. But better to have it packed in there and blocking the way than to get metal shavings down in there to where you can't get them out. But again, you know, it's only aluminum, so, but still, better safe than sorry, right? There it is, you can see the tip of it. Barely. Come on, baby. It's just about there. Like I said, I should have had some sort of needle to do this. I don't have a... I think I did use a needle last time. I don't know where it is. Son of a gun, come on. Oh. Yay, there we go. All right, good deal. That sucker's dry. That is a completely dry spindle joint. So, all right, that's it. So, what I'm going to do, and what I did last time is I took some, I kind of want to powder coat these first, so I can just put a plug in there, and that will stop any powder from getting in there. But let's just make sure we got a good fit here. Oh yeah. So far so good, huh? And I'll put red Loctite on these threads. Be careful, you don't want to break these off. Strip any threads out. Just take your time. That way if anything does happen on one of these in the future for some reason, or they just wear out, I mean, over time, you know, they get dirt in them and the ball gets stuck. There we go. All right, the ball gets stuck and then it either lets crap in or lets grease out. So either way, you're better off being able to do this. It only takes a few minutes to do, you know, so may as well go ahead and do it. Get it done while it's there. All right, so there's that one. Set this off to the side. And I think I decided I'm going to go black on the spindles. Because I just think that if I want to you'll get little pieces of sand up in here and it will lock up when you're sandblasting, but you just wiggle it and it comes free. It'll work the pieces of sand out from these little cracks here. So I think, like I was saying, I think that with the black spindles going from the chrome powder coated A-arms to the black spindles will give me good contrast to where I can paint the skis, or I can powder coat the ski saddles, the reflective chrome like the A-arms, and then the skis will be black. So then I'll have that nice alternating contrast. I think it'll look pretty good. Because I'm contemplating on doing all chrome and then going to maybe like an orange or a black ski saddle, but then that would just blend the ski saddle too much into the ski and just not add enough contrast. I like contrasting colors and clear defined lines, and it's just how I am. So, all right, let's go ahead and do the second one here. And like I said, it's only a little tiny piece of the shop towel. And then you just fold it up enough to where it'll get that hole covered. Oops. And then you just tuck it in there. Pack it down enough. You're good to go. And this is I'm sure you guys know what this is. It's I guess they're called straws. Or it's a little like pinpoint extender for like carbon choke cleaner. So I keep them around. They're useful little tools here and there. All right. So we'll go ahead and get this one drilled out. You want to make sure you're square this way and this way. All right. Man, that works like a charm. Whole thing's just dusty. Sorry about the noise. All right, we're going to go ahead and start this hole again. Wife's doing yard work. Getting the yard cleaned up before the snow hits. We're supposed to be getting anywhere from 1 to 4 inches on Monday. So I got all the sleds that are running fired up and good to go. Oh, it doesn't look like it went in far enough. And so cleaning up the yard was the last thing there. Did I just not get that in far enough? Is that what's going on here? Yeah, I don't think I went in far enough. It started to make some threads. You know, when it's deeper, you know, because when it's deeper, it's easier to use a drill, because when you use a drill, you can make this hole a lot faster. But this is such a shallow hole that I'm afraid will happen, so I'll use the drill, and it'll go in, and then it'll bottom out and strip out those threads. Just clean them out completely. That's not what I want to do. There we go. Now it's biting good. Just try not to let the burrs just destroy these threads on the way out. Probably could have went. Let's see where we're at. Yeah, I think that's good. And like I said, they're not crazy deep threads, but I just want them enough to where, you know, because you can only go down so far. And like what I was saying is that if you go down, I probably could have taken more off of this and then made a little bit more of a taper. But, you know, you're only going about that far, so it doesn't really ream the hole out with threads. But that's okay because it's aluminum, and this is a steel Zerk fitting. And so what'll happen is it'll bite into that aluminum, and aluminum's a softer metal, obviously, so it'll push in and make its own threads. And it's, you know, there's no torque on it or anything, so you're just doing it to get it in there to where you can take it out if you ever need to, but also so it seals well. Okay, I'll take it out. I'll get the paper out. Should be good to go. And then these will get put in the oven and heated up one last time. And then we will powder coat them. And I think I got just enough of that black left. It's called mirror black. I think I got just enough left to where I can cover these. And if I don't, I'll cover one and order more. It's Sunday, so should be able to get it first thing. Man, this sucker like flattened out. I don't think I can get a... Nope. Alright, well, you know what? I'm probably going to have to stop the video and go get something to pick this out. Alright guys, so yeah, that's it. I'll bring you right back and show you what they look like after I get them powder coated. Alright, thanks. Just came out of the oven literally like 30 seconds ago. So I'm checking for any like oil spots on them. I took them out once already and there was a spot right there. I don't know what is burning. You would think that that would be like oil, but sorry. But everywhere else looks good, so there were a couple spots right here when I first took it out, and then I hit it with some Carbo Choke Cleaner real quick, and poof, it just disappears. So once these cool, I'll go ahead and dip them in the acetone bath and give them a wipe down, hang them, and then I'm going to hit them with some gloss black. So hopefully I got enough. There's not a lot in here. I mean, it's minimal. So hopefully I'll be able to cover them both. That would be awesome. I have some like 20% gloss. I thought about hitting or putting some of that in the mixture, but I don't want it to be all weird looking. And plus that's got a different curing time. This stuff cures differently. 400 degrees at 10 minutes. So this has got to be a different company because this stuff is 450 degrees at, well, till flow out. So check it every 5 minutes. And then once it reaches flow out and the part is at 450 degrees, then you crank it down to 400 and let it sit for 20 minutes. So, all right, we're one step closer. And then I was missing a couple. Yeah, turn this off now. So I broke a couple of these. Let's see. What did I do with that other one? I grabbed one. Well, anyways, there's supposed to be 4 of these bigger ones for the 1/2-inch tubes. And then it's 5/8 tubes. And then the 1/2-inch tubes, there are 8 because you have 2 per per upper control arm. And then on the spindles, you have 2 where the upper control arm attaches. And then these attach right to the, oh, here it is over here, the lower control arm, and those are the back 2 portions. And so the upper control, and then these are the bushings for the upper control arms. Oh, wait a minute. No. Okay, so 2 of these are for the lower control arms. I'm sorry. Okay, so you got these coupled with these go, so you have it to where it's like this on the inside of the spindle there, and then the lower control arm gets bolted on either side of those because these are on the outside, and then these are for the upper control. So that's for the lower control arm. These are for the upper control arms. These go into the spindle from the inside out, and they're bushings. So the end of the upper control arm, which has these inside, will have a bolt that goes through the spindles, through one of these, this, which is on the end of the upper control arm, and then through another one of these, and then out the other side of the spindle, and bolted with a 3/8 inch bolt, and they're about 4.5 inches long. And then these are for the skis here. So I'm going to polish up everything you see that's just plain sandblasted is going to get polished up and then greased real well. And then that's what I do to reassemble that. So I'm going to go ahead and clean up all these here and get those all cleaned up. Oh, what I was going to say though is when I was taking these apart, I broke one of these, and sometimes they're on there so tight that you just gotta kind of like bang it off that way instead of like twisting it and twist and pulling it off. So when you bang on it, sometimes they shift enough to where this just cracks a piece of this lip here off. So I did that on both one of these and one of these. But I have some extra sets of control arms that use those, so I ended up pulling a couple of these off of other control arms. So good to go there. Don't have to order parts. Just need to clean those and buff those out. And same thing with these. And once the spindles cool off, we'll go ahead and get those powder coated, pull those out, and then hopefully be able to assemble the lower control arms and spindles onto the sled. And then I think I got a buddy that's going to send me some shocks, 18-inch shocks for the ZR3s. I think he said they were just rebuilt like 6 months ago, but I think I'm going to go ahead and just rebuild the shocks that I have I'm just going to get these rebuilt. It's 35 bucks a piece. I mean, I'm just going to go ahead and do it. Let me keep it all original and, you know, everything's on there. I don't have to worry about it, you know, because if I didn't do that and I put the other shocks on there, I would want to get these rebuilt anyways, and I'd have to put them back on, and may as well just do it now. So I'm going to get these out, sandblast, get those off, sandblast those as well, recoat those in orange, just like I did on my wife's ZR 580. And yeah, hopefully start putting stuff together here and getting a lot of things going again, so I can start bolting things up. And I will have to get new Heim joints for the for the tie rods here, because the inside ones are fine, but the outside ones are really blown out. I mean, they're so blown out that, I mean, you can move them around big time. I'm trying to see if I could show you guys. Well, I don't remember where I put them at the moment. Oh, here they are. Oh no, it's not the Heim joint. It's the actual tie rod. So, yeah, take a look at this. Look at all that play. I mean, that's like easily a 1/16 of an inch. And yeah, 1/16 of an inch doesn't sound like much, but oh wait, that's closer to an 1/8, I would say. Oops, sorry. Here you go. Look at that. You don't want that. So I'm going to order a couple new one of those. And I can get those at McMaster Car. I don't think Tradesman's has them. But this end's good. There's no play in this end. I mean, it's just, I can't even move it. They're nice and tight. Side to side, up and down. So if anything, I mean, you gotta have a little tiny bit of play, and I'm talking like 10 thousandths. So you get the oil film in there. So, yep, that ends that. So I will get these polished up meantime, and I'll just hit these. That's pretty nasty right there, so I'll probably file that down. And I don't know if I hit it with a wire wheel or not, but I'm definitely going to file it down. Why would somebody use vice grips on that? Just stupid people. Look, I mean, it's got like a thin spot, so you can put a 1/2 inch wrench on there and hold it. You don't put vice grips. Jeez, man. Ridiculous. That almost seems like it's tweaked a little bit. I think it is. Maybe I'll pop that back into... Doesn't want to focus. It's a little bit of a tweak. You can see it right there in the middle. Right there. I can. So I'll probably have to just hammer that straight. Be gentle with it. I'll use some wood on there. That way it doesn't... I'll put it like on 2 pieces of wood, and then I'll use a piece of wood over it and then hammer the wood. I'll straighten it out straight enough. And then polish it up. I'll make it look like the... It'll look just like this stuff, really, when I'm done. Oh yeah, look at that. It's reaching for that stinking bushing and rip the scab right off of that sucker. So it'll end up looking like this. So it'll be nice. And, you know, obviously I got to do little things. I'm still not 100% decided on how I'm going to route this. I don't want this so tight that I can't even pull the stinking gas tank back, because this goes right up to the gas tank. So I'm thinking I'm going to maybe loop it around. You know, bring it over like this, put the fuel filter right here, and then loop the rest of it around to where, you know, if I need to pull the gas tank, I got plenty of slack to get to all that instead of just cranking on it. So, all right. Once these cool off, I'm going to hit them with powder, and I will show me pulling them out of the oven.